Hey friends, so I feel like a lot of people thrift and they're like, oh, I'm keeping clothes out of the environment. It's really cheap. I can do it as much as I want and there's no consequences. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about everyone's favorite, thrifting. And I want to talk about why it is a pretty sustainable and ethical option, but it's sadly not perfect. So I feel like as a society, we're really waking up to how unethical fast fashion is, from cheap materials to worker exploitation to just the overall disposability of it. Editing Jamie here, hello. Something that blows my mind is that there used to be just 4 seasons for clothing, you know, like, why am I explaining? The 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, fall. And that's when we would like update our wardrobes. But now there are 52 seasons. Like literally something I buy this week is not going to be cool next week, and so like I should just throw it away and buy something new. And that's just nuts. And it's pretty cool how popular thrifting has become lately. And I see like all these people talking about how sustainable it is. And yes, it is keeping a lot of clothes that would otherwise go to landfill in use, in circulation. So that is awesome. But I just wanted to kind of highlight a few ways that it's still not ideal. Thrifting is important, but it's also important to recognize the difference between choosing to thrift and only being able to shop secondhand. Again, secondhand shopping is on the rise, which is great, but it also has been driving a lot of prices up in a lot of secondhand stores, and many people can only afford to go to these thrift stores. And when people with more privilege are over consuming from these shops, then that'll drive the prices up, and then the folks who really need these secondhand stores can't access them anymore. I'm definitely guilty of overbuying at thrift stores. Now, I am a grad student. I don't have a lot of money, but I am definitely guilty of overbuying at thrift shops just because they're cheap. And if it turns out I don't like something, then it's not a huge dent in my wallet. But I will say that if you're, this goes into all shopping, but I would say just don't thrift just to buy things. Like, don't just buy a bunch of stuff at a thrift store because it's $5 a pop. Like, if you need something and that's where you can afford to go, awesome, do it. But if you're just doing it because you're like, oh, that looks fine, like, then don't purchase the item. I'm back, hello. Can't believe I didn't say this in the regular video. I don't know why I did not, because it was really what spurred the video idea, but it's that there's so many like thrift flips and like thrifting DIYs that are all about people buying plus size clothing and then like transforming them into something that's gonna like fit a small privileged frame, and that's just kind of screwed up in my opinion, because we're literally taking, like, there aren't many plus size clothes on shelves to begin with, and now we are taking them away from the people who need them just to make something fun and like trendy for the next week. What? Okay, I'm done. Ciao. I will say that a lot of charity shops use the funds they receive from secondhand shoppers as means to fund their charitable ventures. So if you're planning on going secondhand shopping, maybe do some research to see what sort of charitable organizations they donate to or work with before you go, just to make sure that they're giving back to the community and that's where your money will be going. And then just really quick, I have 3 ways to make your closet a bit more sustainable and ethical. First of all, if you're able to shop sustainable brands, I highly recommend doing so. They're often a bit more expensive, but these companies really need the funds to keep their awesome programs going and fair wages and all of that. So even if it's just a piece or two, if you can afford it, then I think you should really be on the lookout for some really cool brands that are doing all the right things. Second of all, I would say hold the brands you already like. Hold those fast fashion brands accountable and write to them. Tell them you'd like to see their financial reports. Tell them you'd like proof of fair wages and safe working environments. Like, reach out to these brands. Don't let them just slide under the radar and be like,
oh, they're just the fast fashion brands, they'll do what they do.
No, we can tell them that we want to see them do better. And then third, just remember that the most sustainable item is the one you already have. So rewear the clothes you have, mend a hole, sew on that button, tailor it, make it something you want to wear and keep wearing it. Don't just wear it once and throw it away. That's it for today, y'all. I linked a blog post I have about some tips for thrifting for a more successful secondhand shopping experience, both in person and online. So feel free to check that out below. Otherwise, please like this video, hit subscribe, and ring the little bell if you haven't already. And that's it for me. Thanks, y'all. Bye. Let's move this. Probably didn't even do anything. Thrifting has, yeah, one of those work.